What's up, guys? It is a beautiful Friday here in the lovely state of Michigan. We got a lot of stuff to get to today, so I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm probably going to talk a little bit fast because I don't want this video being like 30 minutes long. First item that we're going to get to today, something I've been personally waiting for at least a couple of months now, is the new Ram HD trucks. Now, I've mentioned before that the 2500, 3500 were getting redesigned. They're getting redesigned for next year, and that they're going to actually have them at the North American International Auto Show here in Detroit, which we will be going to. I will be doing some filming, maybe not a lot of commentary, but I will be doing some filming, kind of showing you some things. So with that being said, leave a comment in this video and let me know what kind of cars that you want to see some video on, so that I can kind of go out and find them and kind of show some interiors and stuff. So if there's a car that you know is going to the auto show that you definitely want to see, drop me a comment, let me know, and I will do my best to get some content on it while I am there. And I think we have 4 weeks to the auto show. But back to the subject at hand here. Yesterday I actually got to see, I believe it was a 2500, it could be a 3500, with no camo on it. I saw it in an article, which is linked in the description below if you want to take a look at it. Not really sure, honestly. I knew that it was going to be redesigned, and I knew that most likely it was going to look very, very similar to the new 1500. But when I actually seen the pictures of it, and I guess like production form, the first picture in the article is actually what I think to be probably a limited, or at least like a fully decked out Laramie, and it has a lot of chrome. It's like a cream colored truck, and I was just no. And then there's another picture right below it that you'll see in the article, which looks more like a tradesman, you know, just a plain work truck. And work trucks don't look good in the first place, but yeah, still not. Now, the third one is an all black truck. Now, based on the grill that it has, because it has that like that Ram Rebel grill with a really weird thing in it, I believe that is probably going to be the Power Wagon, and that's what the Power Wagon is going to look like. And that one I like a little. I feel like it's going to have to grow on me, but it looks a lot better than the other two, so I'll give it that. So my thing is I don't know, I feel like they could have did a better job in the way that it looks. I'm not really too keen on how it looks, but I'm gonna reserve my opinion for now for when we go to the auto show, and I actually get to see one, you know, in full production spec, you know, the way you're gonna buy it from the dealer kind of stuff. I want to physically see it in person before I pass like a 100% for sure judgment on that truck. But if you guys check the link below, trust me, looking at it the way those pictures show it off, I'm sure they don't do it justice, but I don't like the way it looks, which is very disappointing. Item number 2 for today's video is something that a lot of you guys are probably not really excited about, or going to get excited about, but I am extremely excited about, is Toyota's bringing back the MR2, which I'm super stoked about that. And mainly because I always really liked the, you know, mid early 90s style MR2s with the removable top, and I wanted to buy one at one point, and I wanted to do an engine swap that I seen that a guy on YouTube actually did. If I can find the video, I'll link it in the description. But his car, I believe, had 800 or 900 wheel horsepower. It was probably the most insane thing I have ever seen when this dude roll racing. It's amazing how fast this car is. But I've always, I don't know, for some reason I've always really liked that car. And then you got into the early 2000s when they brought the MR2 back, and that was a horrible idea, because that was one of the ugliest cars I have ever seen. Now I'm gonna link also that in the description for the article that I read. There is like a concept art that someone did for what it could look like, the new one, and I really pray to God it looks just like that, because it looks awesome. But there's speculation that it's going to have a 300 brake horsepower motor in it. Now 300 horsepower is quite a lot for a car that's so small and weighs so little. So I really have to know what engine they're putting in it before I could really get too excited about it, because you got to look at something like the BRZ or the FRS. You know, I think it was 240 horsepower those cars come with stock. And I've seen, look at TJ Hunt. He had a FRS, I believe, and he's fully built a motor, supercharged it, and was barely touching 400 horsepower. That's a lot of money to spend to get into a car to not get into at least the fives. So I'll have to wait. I want to wait and see what engine they end up actually putting in that car to determine how awesome it's going to be when it comes back. Plus, we obviously need to know what it's going to look like. So I'm excited, but I'm like limiting myself on my excitement, because I don't know what it looks like and I have no idea what engine's coming in. So I'm hoping for maybe like at least a 2-liter turbo. The article says that it's possible that it could be a 1.6-liter turbo. I feel like that's just too small to really get me excited. I can do a big turbo 2-liter build and get up to 500, 600 horsepower, which would be way more than enough in that car. So I'm excited, but I'm limiting my excitement. And now for the most exciting news of the day. We finally know exactly what the front end of the Toyota Supra is going to look like in production spec. Saw the picture actually today. I saw the picture. And now the Supra will also be at the auto show, from what I understand. It will be fully released at the auto show, so I'm very excited to see it. It is something that I'm keeping in the back of my mind as it pertains to a purchase. There's a couple reasons for that. One, no one really knows exactly how much the car is going to cost. And for two, there's been speculation on what engine's going to go in it, between I believe a 4-cylinder hybrid and a inline 6, or could be a V6. If it's a V6, it's not the same. I don't want it. I know that's petty, but it's not the same, and I don't want it. So it is in the back of my mind for a purchase, which I think would be awesome for the channel, for us to have a Supra as soon as one of them were to come out. But I need to know what engines options you have, and I really need to see it in person. And the reason why I say that is looking at the front end of the car, I like it. It does look a lot, it does remind me a lot of the previous generation MK4 Supras. But I gotta say that I'm a little bummed, because while it does, the front end still does look a lot like the concept, I feel like the headlights are like fat, where the concept was more like slim and sleek. I wish they would have at least stuck with that in some way, just to kind of make it look, I guess, a little more exotic, and a little more, I guess, mean. So it was a little disappointing, but I'm still really excited for this car. And I'm really excited to see what it looks like in person. But, you know, the question is how much is it going to cost, and what engine packages are going to be available, so on and so forth. Now, me personally, it's got to be at least a 6 cylinder. So, you know, I don't want to get a 4-cylinder Supra. That would be like buying an automatic Supra with, you know, a 1JZ in it or something, which is not going to happen. So it's got to be at least a 6. I'm hoping that it's a turbo motor. I really do, because then we can play with it a little bit while we wait for the turbo, you know, wait for the turbo kits to come out, so we can go like a big single if they do twins again, which I don't think they will. I'm hoping that they just do a single turbo, which I doubt they will, actually, now that I think about it. But we can hope. We can hope, people. We can hope. If not, we will get one big ass fucking turbo. That will happen. So there's a lot of excitement for this car to finally get here. And, you know, link for that's going to be in the description too for that article. But, like I said, we're going to have to wait, and we're going to have to see how much. You know, how much is this car going to cost? That's the only thing I'm concerning myself with at this moment. Because if it's, you know, $100,000 for this car, you know, with some options in a 6-cylinder, it's just not worth it. It just isn't. Because at that point, I'd much rather buy, you know, a newer Audi R8 5.2 liter V10. I'd much rather have a car like that than have a Supra with a V6 in it, or a straight 6 in it. So price is really going to matter. But with that being said, I feel like if we really want to know what the price is going to be, we really have to look at the GTR, because it's going to compete with the GTR. It's going to have to. So I feel like that's kind of where we're at with that, which means that, yeah, you could have a fully decked out performance package, blah 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 blah, and it could be $130,000, $140,000. And I don't want to. I'm not doing that.
New text message from Weston.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, that's basically all I'm going to talk about today for 4-Wheel Friday. I am very excited. I am very sorry that I've been kind of MIA. Work has been kind of nuts. Working a bunch of 12-hour shifts, trying to get everything completed before the first of the year. So I'm hoping after the first of the year we'll have a little bit more time to get some more content up and get it on the channel and get some new stuff coming in. There's a lot of excitement coming, especially next month with the auto show, like I was talking about. So, like I said before, if you have something that is coming to the auto show, or that you think is coming to the auto show, and you want to see some content on it, make sure you put something in the description. Let me know what car it is, so that I can make sure that I go find it and get you the content that you want. Because that's what I'm here for, is to give you the content that you guys want. So, but just like that, guys, I think we're done for the day. So if you're stopping in for the first time, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Until next time, guys, deuces.